So we're live? Like double
We're
live?
live.
Double live.
Double live.
All right.
I'm going to get his here, move closer to Joey. And we're going to say welcome to another Jags podcast. This is episode 83. We're going to call it the Return of Joey.
Did we actually officially agree it's 83?
Yes.
I thought you guys.
Nope.
No?
83. I don't know what
83
happened.
it
We're
is.
episode 83. And instead of Return of the Jedi, it's Return to Joey.
Yeah, and I'm pumped to be back.
Return
man.
to Joey.
A lot of real life stuff that kept me away.
You're
but,
telling me you have a life outside of this podcast? Is that what you're trying to tell me right now, Joey?
I know it's shocking, but transportation is the main thing. So it's actually getting here. I'll Uber next time. My bad. But I will say I've got this sport water.
Sport water.
It says
Whew, how much
electrolyte
did that
formula.
cost you?
It was $1 at Terry's. It says performance on it, so I'm guessing I'm gonna have a good show.
Well, if that says it, 200 electrolyte formula. We all need electrolytes.
We do.
Do we not?
I mean, we're
Especially
ready.
in this day and age.
At least I am.
You're definitely need electrolytes if you're a Jaguar fan. But before we get to the preseason, we got to tell you at least where to find us. We're on Twitter at Another Jags Pod. We're on Facebook and Instagram at Another Jags Podcast. We haven't really been posting on Instagram or Facebook. So if you've been following us on those, literally, thank you. We've done nothing to do that.
Keep sharing and stuff like that, but that's not really our communication platform.
It's really not. It's more Twitter. Make sure you follow us there. But let's just jump right into it. Preseason, we've now finished the game. We now finished the game with the Falcons, and we it's safe to say again the offense wasn't great.
I think I can speak for everybody when I say preseason over, hallelujah, high five, fist bump, whatever you want to do with it. And not just for the Jags, but just in general. I mean, the preseason's a joke at this point. Beforehand it was somewhat of a joke. Now it's a complete joke. Would you disagree with that? I mean, at least it's moving towards that.
I would say the fact that we've scored 29 points in 3 preseason games is, yes, a joke.
I mean, that is a joke, but we didn't play anybody. I mean, we played people maybe one series in one game out of 4 games, and I can't disagree with it.
Okay, we scored 29 points. We gave up 100.
Okay, so what would you say?
Does that concern you at all?
It doesn't.
It doesn't concern.
I will say the only thing I've taken out of preseason that concerns me, I will say in a minute, because I want to hear your take on preseason, because you're more the football guy, coach-wise.
Okay.
So, what do you think we've gained out of the preseason?
I think that we've gained who will make the team and who won't as far as our depth.
Okay, so that's exactly my thought. The only thing that we've learned out of preseason is we have no depth whatsoever.
I wouldn't even say we have no depth. I would just say we have very limited depth.
Okay, limited. That's the half.
That's the half.
The glass is half full.
You're right.
Yeah, it is. And that's the only thing we've really learned throughout the preseason. I mean, it's been nobody. We don't want anybody to get hurt. We have some injuries. Quotation marks if you're not watching on Facebook or YouTube. But I mean, really, all it's shown us is that, dude. After Sunday, hopefully we pick up some people through other teams dropping people, because if everybody stays healthy, we're good. If anybody gets hurt, we're not. I mean, that's kind of what I've learned. It's kind of black and white, but
Gardner Minshew went 11 for 26 against the Falcons tonight. How do you think he looked tonight?
I mean, I wouldn't even say tonight. I'd just say in general. I mean, he looks like a rookie quarterback from a small school who is composed, who's tough as heck, and I don't have a problem with him being our backup for a half or maybe a game, maybe 2 games midway through the season. But he's not a backup that can come in if Foles is seriously hurt.
That's true. Can you afford to have a backup on your team that can't come in an emergency situation? Why have a backup if he can only play 2 games is my question.
Because they're hoping that Foles stays healthy for a whole year, maybe, or 8 games, maybe out. I mean, whatever. They're hoping and Minshew's going to come along. I mean, he's that guy that needs to come along. I definitely think that he has the moxie. He's got the attitude. He's got the smarts. I mean, he's got a lot of it to where he could fill in for 2 or 3 games, but not straight out of college.
I mean, man, it's so hard to evaluate because the offensive line is just terrible.
Because they were terrible,
but they were terrible tonight. Their depth is terrible. I don't know, man. Magoo, at least, I mean, he was only 6 for 12 for 31 yards, but at least Magoo gave you 3 rushes for 35 yards.
The first time I heard his name, I thought they were joking that we actually had a quarterback named Magoo. I mean, come on, man. I mean, nobody was playing tonight that's actually going to be on the team for the most part. Like, tonight was about, like, the 52nd through 56th position on the team, a couple people, and maybe the 10 practice squad spots. I mean, that's all it was about.
Can I talk about who stood out?
Absolutely.
Is that allowed
I'd love to hear
in
that.
this game? Because
I'd love to hear that.
Because there was probably some people out there that watched the game.
It wasn't me. I listened to it, so I can't stand to watch it.
All right, Elijah Hood.
Yeah.
8 carries, 71 yards, 9 yards per carry. He did a 50-yard run, obviously. That's the most notable thing that stands out. I mean, that was most of his carries. If you take out the 50-yard run, he had 7 carries for 20 yards. That looks a little more underwhelming than
you can't do that.
You can't. You're right. You're right.
I'm not that
right.
guy that's going to take away you busting off one. That's what you're supposed to do.
And I mean, he had a decent career at North Carolina. I think that's where he went.
But he's not going to be on the team.
No, he's not. Okay, but here's
how about somebody that's going to be on the team?
Thank you. Raquel Armstead
I agree.
will be on the team.
Okay.
6 carries, 40 yards.
AKA Rock
Armstead. 6 carries, 40 yards. He looked okay tonight. Like, people are going to overhype his performance because that's what people do in the preseason is they overhype performances. Another guy, though.
Yeah.
He had a 32-yard carry. That means if you take out 1 carry for 32 yards, that means he had 5 carries for 8 yards.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But he's looked like better than average through most of the preseason. So if we're going to take into account preseason, that guy's looked pretty decent.
Well, he's a rookie, so.
Yeah. That guy's going to be on the team. I keep making that noise, man, because it's like almost hard to come up about. I'm glad we lost every preseason game, honestly. Like, this is the happiest I've been in a preseason ever.
That's never happened in Jaguar history.
I know, and I'm so happy about it because we've had 4-0 preseasons or 3-1s, and like, oh my God, we look amazing in preseason against other teams that aren't playing anybody. This year we finally didn't play anybody, and we lost every game, so our expectations can be normal.
That's a weird way to look at it, and I don't know if I'm on board with that.
I'm totally on board with it.
Week 1 preseason, Baltimore Ravens 0-29.
So what? They played all their starters.
That's embarrassing.
I didn't say it hasn't been embarrassing. I'm saying we can like start the season with a realistic expectation of what's going to happen.
I don't care if you give me a high school offense versus a NFL defense. As a coach, I would at least think I could draw up one trick play that could get my team into the end zone.
Yeah.
Not to mention these are NFL caliber players, 0 points. Week 2 against the Eagles, 10-24. Not so bad, but we have to take into effect that the touchdown happened like.
I was gonna say those 10 points were in the third and fourth quarter.
It was not good, not a good game. Week 3 preseason, 22-7 loss to the Dolphins.
Dolphins are a powerhouse, though. Oh wait, no, they're not. They're the opposite of that. Yeah, that's not good.
They're the only team where like they don't have any offensive position group that was in the top 32 rankings of anything.
So you were not impressed with the Foles to Dede back of the end zone touchdown pass? Dede for the TD, as Mr.
No,
Frank
I wasn't.
Frazier would say.
I was impressed with Josh Allen in that game. That's who I was impressed with.
But
that's it.
Offensively, you weren't impressed with that?
No, I wasn't.
That was a great throw.
Foles threw a terrible interception. I'm not saying Foles is going to be bad, but he had a terrible interception in that game.
I didn't ask about the terrible
Literally threw it the other team.
I'm saying that was a touch pass, perfect timing.
That was a good throw.
To a receiver they'd never thrown to in an actual some kind of game.
Here's where okay, and then we'll just finish out week 4, lost 12-31. Here's my problem. It's not with the players, it's with the coaching staff. I'm kind of concerned about the coaching staff. I really, really am.
Well,
because you're telling me you can't game plan in preseason. It's backups versus backups. Yeah, our starters didn't play this. Our starters didn't play this. We held them out. You're telling me out of 4 games, backups on backups, you can't game plan 1 win?
Well, here's where as I get older, the more like conspiracy theory I
Oh
get.
Lord, here we go.
Like this whole like hurricane thing, like it's not hitting us in Jacksonville, but hey, let's sell out some gas, all the water in Nocatee, and like every generator at Home Depot because there's a chance, right? So, we can go into that more detail if you wish later on.
No, we don't.
But point being is that I think Maroon's a chess master, man.
A chess master that can't win a preseason game.
Hasn't tried to win a preseason game.
I don't know, man.
I mean, where's Maroon going to keep his job? In the preseason or in the regular season?
I am as someone who, if I was a coach, I would be trying to win games. I don't care who's out there.
You're already at the pinnacle at this point, and the preseason means nothing. So a preseason win means nothing.
But if you're John DeFilippo and you just got fired from your previous job, aren't you going to try to at least show that you can win games and you can scheme an offense that can do things?
I don't think DeFilippo doesn't think he can win games.
The dude scored 29 points in 4 games of the preseason.
Because I don't think they care.
I don't think that's true, man. If you're a coach, you don't care who's out there. Like I said, you could have a high school team out there. If you're John DeFilippo, you're going to try to score touchdowns.
From the beginning of preseason?
They're trying not to get people hurt.
And where are they getting their reps?
In practice.
Exactly. Do I agree with that? No, but these are the guys whose jobs are on the line.
So they have zero pride. They have zero pride in the product.
There's no pride in the preseason. Nobody cares about the preseason. Nobody is on SportsCenter right now talking about a 4-0 preseason team, whoever they are. I don't know because I don't care. Nobody's talking about them. There's no pride in that because it doesn't matter. It's a joke at this point.
I would just hope you could draw something up that could get you in the end zone more than 3 times in the preseason.
I agree.
3 total times.
I just hope they're saving it all for KC.
Yeah, I hope so too. All right, well, let's move on to the regular season. Please, God, let's move on to the regular season.
I'm ready. We're done. Preseason's over.
Thank God, man.
Well, I guess Sunday is
Is this the worst preseason as a Jags fan? No, stop it. Don't answer that. Let's move on.
I was about to answer.
Let's move on. Okay. So we actually had a Twitter poll where we asked, how many wins do you think the Jags have this season? Okay, and I'm not going to read you the answers, Joey, but I want you to try to guess the results.
Well,
not
my opinion, but what the results of the poll are.
Yes.
Jags win this season. When was this put out?
1 day ago.
I'm going to go 9 wins.
Let me read you. Damn it, Joey.
Is that dead on?
You ruined it. Here's the options. 6 or less, 7 to 8, 7 to 8, 9 or 10, 11 or more.
Well, it's 9 or 10.
9 or 10.
And again, I don't follow our Twitter, so
Yeah,
I didn't.
of course, yeah, obviously.
But I was dead on with that.
Yeah, and 64%, by the way.
Yeah, I mean strongly. I feel
Yeah.
that. I mean, my whole point was I've been 8-8 for like 2 months until like the recent our division just got wide open.
Yeah.
Thanks to the grace of the Jaguar football gods, because you got Lamar Miller, torn ACL.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck, take the money and run, and then
Stop it.
Taylor Lewan, hey, I want to get beefed up.
I forgot about that. I wasn't
beefed up
factoring
and
that
crazy,
in.
4-game suspension. So I mean, we played them in the first 4 games of the season. So, dude,
We watched that Taylor Lewan
God,
podcast
that's the
with
best
Jalen
thing
Ramsey.
ever.
Was there any doubt that dude was just juiced up on something?
Well, first of all, he had 2 cups, and both of them were getting refilled constantly. You want to talk about conspiracy theory? If anybody's not watched that podcast, I'd recommend that more than ours, because that thing was amazing.
That was something. That was definitely
They do it from
something.
a bus to start with, which kind of fits. It's probably in his backyard with the
Seriously.
fallout shelter.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. But anyway, that guy's gone 4 games. We played them in the first 4 games of the season. So
you're at 8-8, and then a loss of Andrew Luck, and the loss of Lamar Miller, and the loss of Taylor Lewan the first time we played them on Thursday night puts you at 9 to 10. That's 2 win difference.
I think 9 wins the division.
I can't shake the fact that I think we were a 9 to 10 win. We were a 9 to 10 win team before all of this. I think now we're an 11. Dude, what? I know we have a hard schedule. We're about to go through it here real quick.
Okay, assuming nobody gets hurt, yes.
I mean, but the thing is that nobody gets hurt, but every team is going to have people that are hurt. I think what you meant to say was assuming that we're not as hurt as last year.
Yes.
Right? Is that what you meant?
Well, let's get specific. Foles doesn't get hurt. Fournette plays 80% of the games, being very lax on that.
Even if Foles plays, dude, if Cam Robinson's hurt, if Norwell's hurt, if Linder's hurt, then it doesn't matter.
True.
So I think because everyone's gonna have injuries.
God, you just mentioned so many injuries. I mean, like
Dude, from last year.
Yes,
I'm not making them up. They literally happened last year. But I think what you're saying is if we're not as injured as last year, because every team's gonna have injuries. Every team's gonna have that injury here or there.
There's those normal injuries, but it goes back to the depth that we have right now, which is the only thing I think the preseason's been valuable for, is to show that
We have no depth.
we have no depth. I mean, not necessarily no depth, but our depth is so young that they're not capable of like filling in at this point for the most part. So, yeah, I mean, I was 8-8 from the get go. Like we're 8-8, we're 8-8, we're 8-8, even with the upgraded quarterback. But in our division now, man, 9-7 wins.
Maybe.
You can make the playoffs.
All right, YouTube Live, Treeb Talks, our boy Treeb, who does YouTube videos, although we haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah, it's kind of like falling off.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll bust his balls on that later. But he says, Magoo honestly impressed me. I'd take him as a second over Minshew.
Oh, Tree.
Josh Hampton on YouTube Live says same.
Come
and
on,
you know
guys.
what? Jason
guys.
Trent says same.
Oh, my Lord.
Same. Give me Alex Magoo
Is this
all
actually-
day
is this
long.
Is this actually happening?
Dude, my dog is like tatted up, can scramble, makes throws on the run.
Dude,
What does Magoo do? He's got the man thighs and a mustache.
Dude,
Are you kidding me?
You just said Magoo. You meant Minshew, first of all.
No,
Second of all, let's
whoever the backups are, I don't
let's
know.
go
They're all
to the
same.
fact that Minshew's at least played against some like first-ish, second-string
Magoo played
team.
at FIU.
No, I'm talking about
The powerhouse
I'm talking about
FIU
the preseason.
Panthers.
Panthers, roar. Oh, dude. First of all, his name's Magoo. I can't ever root for a quarterback named Magoo. I mean, he's come in and done some good stuff against guys that are going to be selling cars in 2 weeks or stocking groceries. I agree. Minshew has at least played against some actual first-team probably more than anybody. Dude, he was our starting quarterback. So he's played against real, live NFL defenses, and he's done okay as a freshman or a rookie, whatever. I mean, dude, the guy's he doesn't get like he doesn't lose his cool. He takes a shot, knocks his helmet off, comes back and throws the next play a first down. Dude, the guy's got some moxie, man. He's got some
Moxie.
toughness.
You know what Moxie gets you? A restaurant at the town center. That's what Moxie gets you.
Yeah, that isn't even moxie. That's like a. Fair enough. You own that word.
It does
but
it. It does it.
you
Come
can't
on.
argue the fact that the
No.
guy can stand in there.
Give me
like
Magoo.
I said before we started,
Give
man.
me Magoo. Bro, there's a reason why Jags fans.
Sucks.
There's a reason why, dude. Minshew, he's noodle arm, bro. Give me Magoo, bro. The guy showed in Seattle. He showed in college. He can get outside the pocket. He can extend a play, dude. I went back and watched all this Patrick Mahomes film, and like literally,
Are you comparing Patrick Mahomes
listen,
to Magoo?
this is what I'm trying to say. Every big play that Chris Conley was a part of. Basically, every touchdown Chris Conley had for the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes had to extend the play like over 6 seconds. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Magoo can extend the play for over 6 seconds.
So can Minshew
takes the shot on the chin and gets up and hands the ball off and then punts it. Give me the guy who can make a play.
Okay, this by the guy who also was a huge fan of.
Don't bring up Tanner Lee.
Tanner,
bring up
no,
Tanner Lee.
You forgot his middle name, Tanner. Quick
Because
release.
I was
Lee.
never a fan of Tanner Lee. All right. Brent Papineau said on YouTube Live, and thank you to our YouTube Live viewers.
Well, you could have thrown out there that I was a big fan of Bortles, so
That's
if you
true.
Really wanted
I don't like to bring up the past.
All right, fair enough.
The past was bad. Brent Papineau says, have you seen a Jag team with worse depth?
No,
The answer is yes.
really?
Yes, absolutely. I don't know if Jags fans remember. I'll throw out some years to you, and the years are from 2009 to 2015.
Okay, well that
and
should be prefaced
not only was the depth worse, but the starters might have been worse.
But those were teams with like no upside whatsoever. So I mean, I think
Dude.
it should be. Is there a team that could be more 3 and whatever or make the playoffs? I don't think so.
Do you remember the year we drafted Jarrett Dillard,
Who?
Michael Thomas?
Michael Thomas.
Michael.
It's good for the New Orleans Saints right now.
No, you're
that's not
thinking
the-
of a
that's not the same
totally
guy?
different person.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
That
what was his
intentional.
name? Okay, hold on.
It was Michael Thomas. It's a different guy though.
No, Mike Sims Walker. Mike Thomas, completely different player. Mike Thomas from Arizona, completely different player. Dude, there was a year we drafted Jarrett Dillard. We drafted Mike Thomas. We drafted that was the Mike Sims Walker draft. I don't know, man.
Regardless, though, the question's legit, but it should be: has there been a Jaguars team with less depth that has a chance to make the playoffs? And the answer would be no.
No, the answer is yes.
There isn't.
Yes. Hold on. Can you give me a second here?
I'll give you plenty of seconds.
Okay. I'm looking up right now the Jaguars 2009 draft, and please let me read this draft to you. Like, you will like literally vomit. Okay. And this isn't even the worst draft that we've had. First round, Eugene Monroe. Ended up being pretty decent with the Ravens.
Yeah.
Second round pick, Evan Britton. Literally the spokesperson for weed. Literally weed spokesperson.
So was Eugene Moreau.
Yeah, exactly. This is the 09's the year of the weed.
Apparently.
The year of the weed.
They were way ahead of the game.
Third round, Terrence Pot Roast Knighton from Temple.
Ugh.
Yeah, not bad for us. Really good actually with Jack Del Rio with the Broncos for like a year. Derek Cox, remember the defensive back that ran the 4.2 40 from William and Mary, who had no film? Remind you of anybody? Quincy Williams.
Quincy Williams is gonna be a stud.
He's not a DB. He didn't run a 4.2, but he ran a 4.5. He's a linebacker from a small school.
Gonna be awesome.
Here we get to our boys, Mike Thomas. 4th round pick out of Arizona. 5th round pick, Jarrett Dillard.
Mike Thomas also went to Baltimore and had a decent 5 or 6 years after that.
No, I would not. I wouldn't say decent.
I mean, he was
I would never put the word decent in Mike Thomas's career at any point, unless he's coaching high school football and that team's doing decent now.
I bet they are.
I bet if I clicked on the Wikipedia page, they would be, but I'm not going to do that because I need to keep going down the page. Jarrett Dillard. We were all pumped about the prototypical sized Jarrett Dillard coming out of Rice, and we all were like, man, this guy's got strong hands. He's prototypical size. Remind you of anybody?
I, for the record, was not pumped about Jarrett Dillard because I don't remember that.
You know who Jarrett Dillard reminds me of? Josh Oliver. Yeah, I know one's a tight end, one's a receiver, but we were saying the same things about both players.
If Josh Oliver was healthy enough to be on the field, we could probably make a comparison.
I need to relax because people are like, dude, you're too negative, and I'm trying not to be negative.
But you're naming a team that didn't have a chance at making the playoffs.
You're telling me Blaine Gabbert, Justin Blackman didn't have a chance? Let me keep going here.
Blaine Gabbert's the worst thing that's ever happened to the city of Jacksonville.
Please let me keep going.
Including Hurricanes.
6th round pick, Zach Miller, who ended up – there's 2 Zach Miller tight ends in the NFL, which is completely strange to me and makes no sense.
Just like 2 Mike Walkers.
But Michael Thomas.
Sorry.
Yeah. But this Zach Miller actually ended up playing for the Bears and actually was pretty good.
Exactly.
Like every player in that draft, right? Eugene Monroe ended up being good for the Ravens.
He was really good for the Ravens.
Evan Britton ended up being good for cannabis.
Yeah.
Terrence Knighton ended up being good for Denver. Derek Cox was trash. Mike Thomas had the Hail Mary catch, I think.
Blackman is fantastic for the pub he goes to every single day.
He's on the road to recovery, man. Come on.
No, he's on the road to the same.
7th round. We had 2 7th-round picks. Rashad Jennings out of Liberty.
Not bad.
Not to mention Liberty is playing in our Great Atlantic Sun Conference with UNF
not
and JU.
Not a bad pick.
And then your boy, how could you forget Tyquan Underwood from Rutgers?
Okay, the point being, though, once again, is that team had no chance at making the playoffs.
Thank you, Brent Papina, for getting us on that tangent on the worst depth of all time the Jags have ever had.
But I think that the question should be modified. Once again, I'm saying, yes, maybe not the worst depth we've ever had, but the worst depth we've ever had with a team that could make the playoffs. Do you not think we can make the playoffs this year?
I think we do.
Okay, I agree.
But
do you not think that our depth is probably top 5 worst ever?
Okay, here's the difference, though. In 2009, we had a lot of salary cap room, and we had all this money. We went out and paid guys like Jared Audrick. We went out and paid. We went out and tried to get these guys for free agents left and right. We literally have no money right now. We're capped out. We got money tied up everywhere. We got Jalen Ramsey's contract coming up. We have an Ngakoue winning a new deal. We're not in the same position.
Yeah, but
when you're tied up with cap room, you need to have depth.
Did you see how they wrote Boyer's contract? Dude, they're writing contracts the right way. They're not stupid.
Yeah, we've been saying that for years.
No, but they're not because
no one's stupid. They wouldn't be an NFL GM if they were stupid.
His dead money this year is basically nothing. His dead money next year is like $12 million. So the dude's gone. So the cap room will not be an issue. Plus the cap keeps going up, man. We're not gonna have an issue with cap space going forward.
Josh Hampton on YouTube Live says, we all saw how bad Tyree Brady was tonight. No chance he makes the team, but does Pryor make the team on his size alone?
I think Pryor does.
I don't think so. I'll
I
let
don't
you,
think
I'll
he's
let
got.
you finish
I don't
before I
think he's
just
got.
shatter your argument.
Well, I mean, you can shatter it. I mean, it's whatever. It's a 50-50 or a 70. I mean, who cares?
I do.
I think he's athletic enough. He hasn't got a lot of chances because he's been injured once again. I know they're big about keeping people on the field, and that's a big thing, being available. That's like their whole mantra. But, dude, we're so weak at wide receiver, depth-wise again, and there's not a lot out there on the market. So I think we keep him.
I think Tyree Brady makes an impact on these routes. Corner route, comeback route, and back shoulder.
So all we're throwing short routes again?
No. Tyree Brady has showed at he went to Marshall. That's where the routes he excelled in. Those are the routes Alshon Jeffrey excelled in. The problem is I think DJ Chark does it better than Tyree Brady. He doesn't have the size, but DJ Chark runs that corner route way better than Tyree Brady does. DJ Chark runs that back shoulder way better than Tyree Brady.
But I mean,
and that comeback.
Like, let's go back to that. Does anybody really care if he's on the team or not?
Tyree Brady. Well, the thing is with Marquise
other
Lee,
than him and his family,
there's gonna be a guy who's gonna make a receiver on the roster that like isn't gonna stick around after the IRs players come back. So is that player gonna be be Terrell Pryor? Maybe. But I don't think he'll get snaps.
Is there a question about Lee in the Twitter questions before I throw mine out there?
Not
I'd like
this
to
week.
talk about that.
Not this week. No. Wait, can we Rashad Green or
Rashad Green?
Brent Papineau. Brent Papineau mentions not only Matt Jones but Rashad Green in 2 comments. So
I still have a Matt Jones jersey hanging in my closet right now.
If you didn't love Matt Jones, then you're not a real Jags fan.
No,
that's the bottom line.
Dude, that guy
there.
could have been a stud.
If you weren't pumped about Matt Jones getting drafted, then you were not a real Jags fan.
If you weren't pumped about his 1 year where he was a stud wide receiver, you're not a Jaguars fan.
I
mean,
remember
if Jimmy Smith could have came to him and said, "Hey, bro, this is how you do it," he'd still be a Jaguars wide receiver.
By do it, you mean like running routes, or do you mean like the other thing?
No, the off the field stuff,
Okay.
obviously.
All right, we got to take a break. This has just derailed.
It's the greatest episode
Yeah,
ever.
this is what happens when we bring Joey back on an episode. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to hit some quick words from our sponsors. You can find us on Big Cat Country, specifically SB Nation. Big Cat Country doesn't even really acknowledge us, but SB Nation does.
They do.
So we love SB Nation. They definitely do that.
Yes.
Overtime.
And it'll happen.
Yeah, well. Overtime Network. We love Overtime Network. They're the best. Go subscribe to them. They have a bunch of podcast networks for all different teams. If you root for other teams, go hit them up because they have a bunch of stuff. And we'll be right back.
Sounds good.
All right. All right, welcome back to another Jags podcast. This is episode 83. We're going scheduled predictions. And if you're watching our YouTube live channel, we have a special treat for you.
A special treat.
Special treat for you. We're gonna record our ad.
It's almost like America's Funniest Home Videos.
We're gonna
telling. Jason might have to kick me in the nuts for it to be funny. We'll see.
We're gonna record our ad live on YouTube.
It's gonna be awesome.
So if you're listening to the podcast, you're not gonna hear this. We're gonna definitely edit this out.
Yes,
but if you're watching the YouTube, we're going to record our ad, and this ad is from my bookie.
For the record, that's all I know about the ad.
We have not told Joey a thing. All I've told Joey is to improv off of ours. So so here we go. Are you ready, Joey?
No, but yes.
All right. Man, I'm nervous, man.
Yeah, you have to get your radio voice like good.
All right.
Do you need
I'm choking. I'm literally choking.
Do you need some sports water performance?
Some sport water.
We can do that.
All right. You ready?
Yes.
It's a new season. Antonio Brown in Oakland, Le'Veon Bell in the Big Apple, and OBJ finds himself in Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, that's exciting all around, right? Especially if you're in those three cities.
Please message this to your team city. We're supposed to do the Jaguar relevant terms there.
There is no Jaguar relevance there.
Can I try? Can I try?
All right, start over.
It's a new season. Nick Foles is in Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette decided he's going to play football. And Taven Bryan apparently is a draft pick.
Apparently. If you're betting on my bookie, I would go with the first two and not the third. That's my professional advice.
The one thing that hasn't changed is where to put money down on all the games.
Absolutely not. There's only one place to do that.
And where's that place?
That is my bookie.
My bookie is the place to bet on football every weekend.
Unless it's Taven Bryan, then you use no one.
My bookie has better bonuses, more prop bets than any other sports book, period.
And the fastest payouts from what I've heard.
We're not there yet, dude.
Oh, sorry.
This year, they're hosting the first online handicapping sports
Where are we?
This year, they're hosting the first online handicapping super contest. First place is guaranteed to win at least $100,000. Joey, could you use $100,000?
Who couldn't use $100,000 for that type of betting?
I would donate it all to charity.
It's almost a gimme.
And it only costs $100 to enter.
Nothing.
That's nothing to you.
No.
I mean, that's like 5 truck repairs to me, but to you.
Dude, start over. That's awful.
All you got to do is pick from 5 NFL games against this. They're so bad. Why would anyone send us ads to read? Why would anyone do this? All right, let's try this again. All you got to do is pick 5 NFL games against the spread every week to climb the leaderboard and score your share of huge cash. So you have to pick 5 games against the spread.
Only 5, Jason?
Wow. Man, your odds are real up there. And you only have to pay $100 to do it?
You have to start over. That's god-awful.
I would only recommend a service to my listeners that's been good to me.
Hey, if you're listening to our podcast, $100 to y'all is nothing. And you're obviously the smartest listeners on the planet. So picking 5 games against the spread every week, easy.
That's why my bookie is always the right play.
Absolutely. I mean, not everybody can live in Vegas.
You bet, you win, they pay.
And we're all getting paid.
Is it still illegal federally? Yes.
That cannot be part of the script.
But in Vegas and Jersey, you're good to go.
Hopefully you have a bank online based out of one of those 2 states.
Or an offshore account in the Cayman Islands,
which
may or may not have
ever getting another advertisement again.
That's why you don't send us advertisements. Okay, I'm gonna get serious here.
We actually have to do a real one though.
No, this sounds good to me. Up to $1,000 first deposit bonus. Double your first deposit, so you deposit $1,000 and you get.
They'll match $1,000.
Absolutely.
That ain't bad.
Only if you use promo code overtime. to activate the offer.
Remember that. Overtime.
Overtime. You want to spell it for you? OVERTIME.
I'm pretty impressed with that.
Yeah. Visit MyBookie online today. That's MYBOOKIE. And don't forget to use the promo code OVERTIME when creating your account to claim this bonus. Bet, period, win, period, get paid.
Done.
If that's not the best ad for MyBookie, I don't know whatever would be.
It's about like the Jaguars preseason right there.
All right. Please, God. Let's move on. I'm going to do a new intro, not for the ad, just for the podcast. So
You're just going to record that yourself? Because that can't be used.
No, I mean, we're not going to send. I mean,
Yeah,
we're not ad people. We're not going to do an ad.
I'm all about money. And like you said, 5 truck
know, we'll
repairs.
see.
I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
I got to pay for that for something.
All right, this is episode 83 of Another Jags podcast. We're breaking down the Jags schedule, and we kind of already made.
That was awesome, by the way. It's gonna take me a while to recover from that. Just to be honest, if you're not, if you haven't watched the YouTube, you absolutely have to, so you understand.
Please go back and watch the live video on YouTube.
I'm having a hard time like composing myself
yeah,
at this point.
Yeah, please. I mean,
All
if you want your business advertised the proper way, then make sure that you
absolutely
listen to our podcast.
Absolutely,
hit us up. We'll get you. All right, let's go week 1.
All right, week 1, which is a huge week 1.
Kansas City Chiefs at home.
Huge
Win or loss?
win.
Oh. What makes you think that?
Because we've sat all of our starters for the entire preseason. They are so healthy.
We're
and
so
just
rested,
fresh,
it's insane.
Rested. No, not that. I think because we've shown so little, like I said.
Yeah, that's true.
We've been chess masters up to this point. Nobody has any idea what we're running on offense for the most part.
Yeah.
And they definitely don't know what we're running on defense because, I mean, again, I'm not a lineup type of guy, but I think we're switching to a 3-4. I think we're going to have Ngakoue and
Josh Allen.
Allen on the field way more than anybody expects. I just don't think that they're going to have the game film to scheme against us on defense. I think we win, man. It's going to be a close game, but I think we win by a field goal.
I like it. I don't think we win that game. I think we'll be way more competitive than people think. I think the line is only like 4 points, 3.5.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Only because it's at home. They give you 3 points at home.
Still
it's probably
though,
a
man,
7 point.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. No, I mean, we play well against the Chiefs. If you think back to last season, we were the best defensive team against the Chiefs that they've seen. We held them to, I think, their least amount of points
we still got
of any team.
though, man. I just don't think it's a blowout this year.
And I don't think we switched to a 3-4. I just think we have a 3-4 look. We showed in the Eagles game like a little 3-4 look with Campbell at the nose, Allen and Smoot on the edges, and then we had Ngakoue blitzing from the interior deep linebacker, which is what you would see.
You don't think with Capers there and and those two talents that we don't switch to a 3-4? Man,
I don't think we switch. No. I think we stay in the 4-3.
So Allen plays 20 snaps a game.
No, I think Allen comes in on like 3rd and long. I think we do mix in some like 3-4 variety.
Okay.
But I don't think. I mean, he probably plays. I would say between 40 and 50% of the snaps.
Well, fair enough. But okay, maybe not a win, maybe not a loss. I think that game's a toss-up though.
So it's a toss-up between us.
It is.
So as of now, Joey's 1-0.
1-0.
I'm 0-1.
0-1.
Then we go to at Houston.
We definitely win that game.
I think so too. But I can see us going 0-2, which is kind of a cop-out. I understand. But
No, there's no fence sitting on this. This is like definitive. You picked the first game, loss. I picked a win.
I think we lose.
So you're going 0-2.
Yeah. Only because it's at Houston.
And I'm going 2-0.
And I think because
even with Lamar Miller out.
Yeah, I mean, they picked up Duke Johnson. I think he's better than
even
Lamar
with
Miller.
Javani Clowney maybe not even playing on their team.
I think
So I can't say his first name.
I think due to like how he handled this offseason, I think it's going to take us a couple weeks to kind of get our traction.
So you disagree with what they did?
No. I would rather it take a couple weeks to get traction than to have a guy out for the entire season.
So you don't want like a 3-1 start and then lose the rest of your games like last year?
That's exactly
fair enough. So
So-
you're 0-2, I'm 2-0.
Yeah,
All right.
0-2. Then we go then we go Tennessee at home Thursday night.
Loss.
Win.
I will not pick the Jaguars to beat Tennessee. Regardless, I don't care if Taylor Lewan is out forever. I will not pick them to beat Tennessee until we actually beat Tennessee. They have our number. They've always had our number. Not going to do it.
That's a win, though.
All right.
That's a win.
I disagree. Loss. So
Because
you're 1-2. I'm 2-1.
That's the game we start to come around. That's the game that we.
So that's
really
gonna be like
traction.
the catalyst. For
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Our,
That's our yeah, absolutely. And then we realize it's do or die. If we go down a game at Houston, then our division really hangs in the balance of at least beating Tennessee.
Or we
home.
start 0-2, go to Tennessee, lose again, and like Fournette has a phantom injury and never plays again in the season.
No, that's last year. You're talking 2017, 2018.
Fair enough.
You're talking 2018 Jags. All right, then we go week 4 at Denver.
Trap game.
Do you know why that's going to be a win?
Because of the thin air and Lambeau?
Because I'm going. That's why it's going to be a win.
Forgot about that.
And that's all I'm going to
so
say
relevant.
about that. Absolutely. I'll be there. Dude, can you imagine all the twit pics I'm going to be sending from that stadium?
I'm picking 2-1 going into that game.
So you're saying 2-2? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, trap game 2-2.
No, I say 2-2 for different reasons. And I'm going to a Rockies game.
But we're still at the same, like...
We are. That's strange.
It is strange.
All right, then we go to week 5 at Carolina.
At that point, Newton's going to be like in a body cast in a hospital, so I think we take them. I think we match up well with McCaffrey, so I think we can stop him, and that's really all they got.
I agree. I think they're dumpster fire by week 5.
Yeah.
I really do.
So we're both at 3-2 at this point.
Both at 3-2.
Interesting.
Week 6, New Orleans Saints at home.
Loss. Yeah.
I don't think there's much needs to be said about that.
We're 3-3 there.
And that's not even the fact that, like, we're bad. It's just like
no, the Saints are just that good.
Yeah, and they're and who knows? I mean, they're one injury away from being terrible.
Of course they are.
Just like any team.
Which is Drew Brees.
Yeah. Well, even Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Any of those guys. All right, week 7 at Cincinnati.
That's a tough one, man, because Cincinnati's down, but they still have some weapons. I mean, they still have some of the same weapons, but that's at Cincinnati as well.
Yeah.
And we're both at what, 3-2 at this point?
Yeah, 3-3.
I think we're back at 3-3, man.
No, we're at 3-3 already.
We are?
Yep.
I think we go down 3-4 at that point.
You think we lose at Cincinnati to that dog poo team up there?
I think we lose at Cincinnati, and that's our catalyst for the rest of the season. Hey, guys, we're better than this.
No. If we lose week 7 at Cincinnati, we're done.
I disagree, because look what we come back to.
That's an easy scan.
Look what we come back to after that.
Okay, week 8, New York Jets at home.
Win.
I think the Jets could be better than people think.
Dude, the Jets are garbage.
Dude, Le'Veon Bell,
who hasn't
Sam
played
Darnold
in
in his second
Sam
year,
Darnold, who did
Jamison
nothing last
Crowder,
year.
decent tight end.
They got a good
decent
defense.
receiver.
Talk defense.
Quinnen, they have our boy Quincy's brother, Quinnen.
Dude, they have a good defense. That's it.
I think Darnold's going to stick. They have Le'Veon
Dude,
Bell.
I still think Darnold's
I
trash.
think we win that game, but I don't. I think they're a much harder opponent than at Cincinnati. Yeah, swallow that, marbles.
I don't have anything to say about that. We're winning that game.
Week 9, Houston Texans at home.
We win that one.
Redemption.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we win that too. I think we're going to disagree on the week 10.
Because you don't think they're going to beat the Colts?
It's bye week.
Huh?
It's the bye week. Week 10.
How are we going to disagree on that? Come on now. Trap me there.
Here's the real question. Does Fournette have a suspension by week 10 bye week?
I don't think he has a suspension at all. But, I mean, he might be not playing at that point.
You don't think he knocks any old dude's liquor into the lake?
I don't think he's going to do that this year.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I'm giving more credit than that. I mean, honestly, I took him really high in my fantasy draft today. Really because I wanted to root for him. I was hoping that would, mentally, make me root for him. But I don't think he's going to have a character issue that's going to make him not play. It's just his physical issues, man. I mean, is his ankles going to be okay? Is he going to pull a hammy? Is he going to – he seems just have a low pain threshold, man, and you can't have that as a running back in the NFL. But he wants to get paid too, so I think that's going to power through for some reason.
Those are all good points. All right, so we've gone through 10 weeks, 9 games. What's their record after week 10, after 9 games?
I'm going to have to go back and count because I'm not good at math. So for
I
me,
think you had them at 5-4.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Wait, did you have them winning the Texans or losing?
The second one?
Yeah.
Actually, both, yes.
You had them winning Jets at home, right?
Yes.
So you have them at 5-4.
Yeah.
I also have them at 5-4.
For different reasons, but
Different
we're on the same
reasons,
point.
yeah.
All right, so we're moving on to, at this point, the Colts.
All right. Before we move on to there, we have to take one more break. I know. One more break. These are for our boys over at OT, Overtime Network, and Big Cat Country, SB Nation.
We do like them.
We do. We got to throw them a bone every once in a while. So we're going to take a quick break, quick bathroom break. We're going to come back with no ads this time because we absolutely butchered the abs. The abs.
I don't know about but we'll go with that.
We butchered the ads. If you want to watch us butcher ads, go watch our YouTube live show. And we will be right back after these. We'll see you in a second.
So, welcome back to another Jags podcast. At this point, we've broken down 9 games out of the season.
Yeah.
We're both at 5-4.
Yep.
And for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So it brings us to the mighty Colts.
Yeah, at home. Or no, at Indy.
At Indy.
With Jacoby Brissett, possibly.
Jacoby, the man-child Brissett.
Yep.
The backup who doesn't want to play.
TJ Yeldon. Is he still healthy by then?
Dude, I hope not.
Is TJ Yeldon on the bench a healthy scratch by week 11? I say yes.
I don't think so,
I
man.
say yes.
Dude, he balled for us for like 3/4 of the season.
He gave up, though. He gives up. He's a guy that gives up.
Absolutely gave up. But you don't think he wants to prove to Jaguars that he can run?
I think he does, but I think if you're a guy that I think a guy that gives up is always a guy that gives up.
All right, fair enough.
That's what I think.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. So win or loss for you?
Dude, we're beating the Colts.
Win.
We're
absolutely.
spanking them.
We both
so
agree
we're
with
both at 6-4.
Both at 6-4. Then we're at Tennessee. November 24th.
Cold
Thanksgiving is creeping up.
Cold as heck.
You're planning your Thanksgiving meal.
I will say that game, the game at Tennessee last year, I don't know if it was the Jags or what, it was one of the coldest football games ever played, ever. And I'm going to go back to I'm not picking the Jags to beat the Colts or the Titans until we beat them. So, loss.
I think by week 12, the Titans have tried 3 different quarterbacks. They have gone back to Mariota at this point. They're a dumpster fire.
None of that matters. Derrick Henry will bust off a 90-yard run where nobody on our team tackles him.
No, that's
They'll
archaic.
fall down for some reason.
You're showing your age. It's archaic.
Dude, it happened last season.
I say win.
So you're at 7
and 4,
and I'm at 6 and 5.
6 and 5.
All right,
Yeah,
fair enough.
Then we got the Bucks at home. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time on that.
Oh my god, dude, the Bucks won't even have uniforms at that point.
Better question? Who's the quarterback week 13 for the Bucks?
Jameis, not Jameis. He's gonna have like 90 interceptions at that point.
Who's even there?
I don't even know who their backup is. I was gonna say Fitzpatrick, but he's not even there.
No, it's who's the guy from?
It's got to be a McCown brother, right? Or McCown.
No. Okay, let me pull it up here real quick. Ryan Griffin, Blaine Gabbert, and Jameis Winston.
Even more reason that they're gonna just all catch on fire at that point.
Also, recently added Vincent Testaverde, son of the none and only Vinny Testaverde.
Really?
Yep, just signed. Yep.
I didn't realize he had a son that even played football.
Oh, well,
it's impressive.
He does.
Big
so
Vince.
you have us at this point 7 and 5. I have us at 8 and 4.
Yes.
Okay. Week 14. LA Chargers.
Oof. Is that at LA or that
home?
At Jags. We got them at home.
Yep, I agree. So I'm at 9 and 5. Here at 8 and 6.
Yep.
Week 15 at Oakland. Easy dub.
Yeah, we can't beat the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Week 16 at Atlanta.
That's a loss.
That's back-to-back road trips.
Yeah. Either way, everybody forgot how good Atlanta was.
They're off
ago.
on.
Atlanta's going to be balling this year again. There's no reason for them not to. That's a loss, man.
I have us rolling with a win in that game. I think by then we're rolling, and that's a win. So I have us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 12. I have us at 13 and 3. I know.
So what, you just decided not to even pick the rest of them? Are you
well,
done with this
the
segment?
last game is the Colts at home.
Dude, you were just 8 and 4. How are you 13 and 3 now? It's not possible.
I'm 12 and 4.
Okay, 12 and 4.
I'm 12 and 4.
And then I'm picking them to lose at Atlanta and beat the Colts. So I'm going, like I said, 9 and 7. And we're winning the division. Either way, it doesn't matter what our record is at the point. Do you disagree we're winning the division?
No. I mean, I have us at 12 and 4.
All about home field advantage at that point, right?
I think this team is so much better than people think.
No, they are.
They really are.
It's all going to turn it's all about the injuries, man.
I agree.
I think this year's defense could be better than 2017.
I agree.
Without question. I mean, maybe not as many turnovers, but they can be a better defense. You think the Bears were good last year on defense? I think they can be better than that. So you got that. All it takes is the offense is not messing it up. And you got DD making a leap. You got Marquise Lee back. You got a huge upgrade at quarterback. Fournette actually has to play well this year if he wants to ever make a paycheck again. No way we're not better on offense. So, dude, we are going to the playoffs. It's just a matter of how healthy and cohesive we're going to be at that point.
I think our biggest deficiencies are at linebacker and tight end, the two most overrated positions in the NFL. And by overrated, I mean
I think tight end I agree, but linebacker really?
You only need 2, and we have 1.
Again, health. I mean,
yeah, that's every team though. That's every team.
No,
that's every team.
Backup.
If the Saints lose Breeze, they're out. If the Chargers lose Rivers, they're out.
Linebacker, they're not quarterback. I agree at quarterback, but at linebacker, somebody can plug in.
I mean, every team's going to have deficiencies in certain spots. And if you get hurt, it's next man up. It's not superstar potential everywhere. And I just think that this year we're going to be better than people think. think about how good last year's team would have been if everyone was healthy. So obviously, I'm saying if everyone's healthy, we're fine. But
See, last year was
exactly.
I mean, it was.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree there. But I mean, we are thin.
We're thin.
Do we do anything Sunday?
I think we lose. You said we won, right?
No, I'm talking about this Sunday. Do we do anything as far as other teams dropping players? And if we do, like, what position would you go after?
I mean, maybe a lineman. Maybe. I think that's it.
You don't think running back?
No.
No?
I mean, they've picked up so many running backs. They picked up
saying
Rawls. They picked up Cunningham. They've picked up
I'm not saying they're
Blue.
going to do a good job at it. I'm saying should they go after a running back at this point?
No.
Really?
Fournette, Rawls, or no, I'm sorry. Fournette, Blue,
Rock?
and Armstead. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I disagree with that. I think the only position we go after is running back, and I hope to God they pick up maybe like a change of pace back or something, dude, because somebody can catch it out of the backfield, because if Fournette goes down, we're in trouble, dude.
Nah, that's a fair point. I think a safety would be great to bring in.
Yeah, that's true, too.
They should bring in a safety, but
We'll see.
we will see. But I think that's going to wrap up our episode 83. This is a very in-depth schedule prediction.
It almost sounded like negative, though, but we both had us going to the playoffs.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it's a positive.
It's definitely a positive.
Preseason means nothing. Jags are going to the playoffs.
The fact that I picked us losing to the Chiefs and the Saints shouldn't be negative to anybody.
No, that shouldn't be at
Yeah.
all. The fact you picked us beating Titans twice, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Titans are dog poo.
Woo.
Titans are bad.
They're always dog poo.
We're going to be better than people think.
We absolutely are.
Hands down.
I agree.
Yeah. Take that to the bank. All right, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Another Jags Podcast, Twitter, where we're most active, Another Jags Pod. We will be here with you, who knows, next week maybe, after previewing the Week 1 Chiefs-Jags games.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a requirement.
Yeah, I mean, we'll go a little more in depth. We'll get into, like, the film, and we'll get into the formations.
When do they put out, like, the actual roster, like, injury report that's real?
I think they have to by Wednesday or Thursday of next week.
All right, so we should do the podcast whatever day they put that out.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
So Wednesday or Thursday. So we'll be here for you. Make sure to give us a 5-star review on iTunes and support all the ads you heard tonight, even the butchered ad that we did in segment 2. If you didn't listen, if you didn't watch our YouTube live segment, it's probably worth the.
It's gold.
I'll just tell you right now, it's like around like 30 to 40 minutes. I don't know where.
Go to YouTube.
Go there and just please
go to
watch
27 minutes and just watch for 10 minutes, and you will not regret it.
I apologize to my bookie, who will never send us an ad to read ever again.
Maybe they will, because they are pretty edgy. That was gold.
And it's really on them to send us an ad to read.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
If you've ever watched our show, you should have known we were going to butcher anything.
Their script was garbage, so we had to do something with it.
Yeah. And honestly, our script might have been better. They should
agree.
take our script and use it for all their other podcasts.
I agree.
Yeah. Besides the part about it not being legal in the United States.
Well, that was you, not me.
Thanks for listening to Another Jags podcast. We'll be back with you next week. Thank you for listening. And as always, go Jags.
Jags.